Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you love literature and poetry, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such amazing explanations. Today we are diving into a deeply emotional and relatable poem, My Mother at 66, by Kamala, which is a part of your Class 12 English syllabus. So stay tuned till the end. This poem is a beautiful yet heart-wrenching piece about a universal experience, watching our loved ones grow old. Kamala, a famous Indian poet, captures her emotions when she sees her mother aging and experiences a deep fear of losing her. The poem reflects themes of aging, separation, love, and fear of losing a loved one. First stanza. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. Doze, open-mouthed, her face ashen like that of a corpse, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked. Here, the poet is traveling in a car from her parents' home to Cochin Airport. Her mother is sitting beside her, sleeping with her mouth open, a sign of old age and exhaustion. The poet observes that her mother's face is pale, almost like a dead body, ashen, like that of a corpse. This simile shows the poet's painful realization that her mother is aging and becoming weak. Now, imagine this. When you see someone you love, who was once strong and energetic, looking tired and fragile, don't you feel a sudden ache in your heart? That's exactly what Kamala feels here. She is overwhelmed with the fear of losing her mother. Second stanza. But soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. To distract herself from this painful realization, the poet looks outside. She sees young trees sprinting. Of course, trees don't run, but because the car is moving, they appear to be running past. This is an example of personification, giving human qualities to non-living things. She also notices children playing joyfully, representing energy, youth, and life, a stark contrast to her mother's aging. This imagery of life and movement helps her escape her sad thoughts for a moment. But can we really escape from reality? Let's see what happens next. Third stanza. But after the airport's security check, standing a few yards away, I looked again at her, wan, pale, as a late winter's moon. After reaching the airport, the poet turns back to look at her mother one last time. She sees her mother's face again, wan, pale as a late winter's moon. This is another simile, comparing her mother's face to a fading moon. Why a late winter's moon? The moon is dim and lacks brightness, just like her mother's face, which looks weak and lifeless. Winter symbolizes old age and death, making the comparison even stronger. This moment intensifies the poet's emotions. She feels a deep sorrow because she knows her mother is aging, and she fears this might be their last goodbye. Final stanza. And felt that old, familiar ache, my childhood fear. But all I said was, see you soon, Amma. All I did was smile and smile and smile. The poet describes her old, familiar ache. This means she has felt this pain before. As a child, she had the same fear of losing her mother. And now as an adult, that fear returns, but much stronger because her mother is now truly aging. But instead of expressing her sadness, what does she do? She simply says, see you soon, Amma, and forces a smile. This smile is not of happiness. It is a mask, a way to hide her pain. It shows how we often pretend to be strong in front of our loved ones, even when we are hurting inside. Imagine this. Have you ever smiled at someone when you were actually feeling sad inside? That's exactly what Kamala is doing here. She wants to stay strong for her mother, but deep inside, she is broken. Themes of the poem. 1. Aging and mortality. The poem reflects on the painful reality of growing old and the fear of losing our loved ones. 2. Childhood fear of separation. The poet's fear of losing her mother has been with her since childhood. 3. Contrast between youth and old age. The poet contrasts her mother's aging with the youthful energy of children and trees outside. Case 4. Love and deep bond. Despite the fear and pain, the poet deeply loves her mother and finds it hard to say goodbye. My Mother at 66 is a deeply touching poem that beautifully expresses the universal fear of losing a loved one. Kamala captures emotions in such a simple yet powerful way that we can all relate to. Now, I want you all to think, have you ever noticed how your parents or grandparents are aging? How does it make you feel? This poem reminds us to cherish our loved ones while we still have time with them. If you found this explanation helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more literature videos. Also, drop a comment below. What was your favorite part of this poem? See you in the next lesson.